Hello and
Hi.
welcome.
Welcome in. We're doing something different today, obviously.
Obviously.
So there's actually no gameplay for Stardew. We're gonna be doing murder mystery thing that I found on Etsy. I thought it was really interesting. And I've been eyeing it for a little bit, and it's called the Emily case. And it's essentially we have to figure out who killed her. So there is a PDF file that has essentially everything on it, and there is I haven't looked at the answer. I've kind of briefly read through the stuff, but yeah. So we have to solve the murder mystery. We have to figure out who killed Emily, and
I would just like to say this is a bit morbid because isn't she not your wife in your main playthrough?
so yeah, on my playthrough for Stardew that I have on my Switch, I married Emily, and on that save, so she's my wife. Panda married you. You married Penny, right?
I did.
Yeah. So Panda married Penny in her save, and then I married Emily in my save. There is a QR code with some hints, and then also the answer. We obviously won't show that very much, just because.
It's not a mystery, is it?
Yeah, it won't be a mystery if you're able to scan it. But yeah, so that's what this looks like, and then essentially, scroll down a little bit because you'll be able to see the QR code.
You don't get to see nothing.
So.
Okay, let's see. Here, right? Is that where it starts?
One page up. Yeah. One. Yeah.
So okay, I don't need to see that. All right.
So, did you want to read the?
I have a face for radio. Let's do this.
Shut up.
Beloved resident Emily found dead. The peaceful and tight-knit community of Stardew Valley is reeling from the shocking news of the untimely death of Emily, a cherished member of the town. Emily, known for her artistic flair and mystical inclinations, was discovered lifeless in her quaint cottage yesterday evening. As the investigation unfolds, the residents of Stardew Valley are left with many questions. What events led to Emily's tragic end? Was Emily really capable of suicide? Or is her blood on someone's hand? The path to uncovering the truth is bound to be a challenging one, but the strength of the community remains unwavering. Local authorities have launched a full-scale investigation into the circumstances surrounding Emily's death. Preliminary reports suggest that foul play may be involved, and the community is grappling with grief and confusion over the loss of someone who had become a beloved presence. The community has come together to mourn Emily's passing, leaving flowers and tokens of remembrance outside her cottage. Mayor Lewis has announced plans for a memorial service to honor Emily's memory and bring solace to a grieving community. God damn, suicide?
I don't think she could have committed suicide.
I'm going to throw my 2 cents, my 50 cents, all my cents in right now. I'm going to say it was either Shane or Clint. Or what if it was her sister? Haley.
I don't know. The next page, it tells you the location of the murder. So 2 Willow Lane, Emily and Haley's place. Emily was found in her room. She was laying on the ground and had a half-empty potion bottle next to her.
Ooh, potion bottle.
So, interesting.
Just in case you didn't know where Emily lives.
Yeah.
She lives here. Well, she lived here.
Before she was murdered. And then the autopsy report is the next page. And then information about the crime scene. The blood test revealed that Emily died by poisoning around 11 p.m. on spring 16. Her body was found in the morning the next day by her sister Haley. It is thought that she was poisoned through her food. It is sampled by her blood that the food she ate during her last moments was a survival burger. And then important information about potions from the wizard. In the realm of magical potions, a peculiar quirk prevails. Regardless of their initial colors, after an hour of their contents being exposed to the world, all potions take an indistinguishable appearance. It's as if the arcane forces play a mischievous game, concealing their identities under the cloak of time. So, my friend, if you find yourself pondering the hues of potions, remember that they are ephemeral chameleons donning a shared guise as they dance in the realms of magic. So essentially, I'm taking that as don't look at the color of the potion, that it doesn't matter because
well, they're saying that after an hour they don't have a distinguishable appearance. So
she was found. So she died around 11, and she was found. Let me see. Hold on. And she was found in the morning the next day by Haley. So by that point, then
So she ate the burger at 11.
Yeah.
And she was dead by the next morning.
Yeah. So then right now the potion would be like, you wouldn't be able to tell what kind of potion it was.
All right. So preliminary, okay, guesswork here. She works in the little saloon, right?
Yes.
Who has access to that place? Gus.
Yes.
And basically, well, mostly Gus because he's the one who prepares food.
Yeah.
Right. But arguably, all the town members, the majority of them, come in and out of that place.
Pam goes there a lot because
Pam is
she's
probably too drunk to do it. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Shane goes there because he also has a problem with alcohol.
Yes. So again, my guesses were Shane or Clint.
Yeah, because Clint is just obsessed with her.
But then again, like I said, Gus had access.
Yeah.
I didn't say he has motive, but he has access.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so the next one is the Bank of Stardew. So that shows the transactions of this.
Oh, shit.
So you'll see who bought what. So we see Emily went to the Wizard's Tower, spent $1,500 on Spring 11. I don't think it says, but so that's already one person, right? That we've seen that go.
I didn't even know there was a Bank of Stardew. For real though, why is there no bank?
I don't know, because I think the game just kind of expects you to have everything in your pocket, like that's your bank.
That's why I always get fucking robbed every time I fucking pass out.
Yeah, basically. And then so Shane also went to Jojo Mart on Spring 14, spent 300 gold there. Marnie went to Pierre's General Store, spent 450 gold there on Spring 14. Clint went to the Wizard's Tower and spent 600.
What did I say? What did I say?
What did he buy? Like, what is it? Alex went to the Stardrop Saloon.
Where's Shane? He only spent 75 at Jojo Mart. I still think.
But Shane, so far I think we see Shane twice.
Both
times Jojo Mart.
Oh, and then she was. This was when what did she die?
She died Spring 16 at 11 p.m.
16. So these at 11.
11 p.m. Yes.
PM.
Mhm. So anything after
wait. So she consumed the burger on the 16th and died. Was found dead on the 17th.
Yes.
Okay. So basically, these are all fair game, is what you're saying.
Well, I feel like up until Spring 15, because anything after... No, wait, hold on.
Well, no, you just told me 16th into the 17th.
Hi, Bella.
Hello.
Welcome in. Thank you for the resub. So we're playing... I got this on Etsy. We're trying to figure out who murdered Emily.
It's a whodunit.
Yeah, who done did it.
We just started.
Yeah, we just started. So you haven't missed much. Basically, a quick summary.
You know what? Yeah, here's a quick summary. Basically, here's what's happened. It's Emily. Mm-hmm. She was found dead.
Yes. And
we were trying to figure out who did it, and this is the report. So far, what we know is that she had a survival burger on the 16th at 11. The next day, she was found dead by her sister. So right now, we just found out that the potions the colors aren't really relevant because after 1 hour, they kind of lose the color or all the colors become the same color. Basically, you can't really tell the difference.
Yeah.
Is what they're trying to tell us. Right now, we just started looking at the transactions of people leading up to, when she was found or when she died, basically. So that's what we're going through right now. We were just talking about how I think my two suspects, just even before going into any reports or anything, I think it was either Clint or Shane, or in a twist, it could have been Haley, her sister.
But yeah, so if you need us to either
if you want to read anything, you can scroll
go up or anything. I think we get 2 hints is from what I read earlier about this as well. So there is a QR code. We won't show that because there's also the answer right next to it. We'll kind of keep that to ourselves until the very end.
Sounds juicy.
Yeah, it's the chisme. It's like the chisme of Stardew, man. Yeah. So yeah. So far, all of these transactions that are in that page, they all kind of
they all happen before all leading up to her
her
dying.
Death. Yeah.
So far we've seen some interesting ones. Emily spent 1,500 at the Wizard's Tower, but we also see Marnie spend like a considerable amount at Pierre's general store. Clint spent 600 at the Wizard's Tower, and then Emily also spent 580 at the general store. So we're just kind of looking at the places that have the biggest like amounts that were spent. Lewis also spent 800. Does he even have like $800 of inventory? Pierre?
Who the fuck knows?
I don't ever see anything in there. Like, I don't know.
I mean,
all right, so 800 for Lewis at the general store, 600 for Elliot at the Wizard's Tower. What are they getting at the Wizard's Tower?
that's what I want, because I don't know.
Haley also spent $200 at the general store. Obviously, the ones that stand out the most are the larger like amounts, and then the ones at the Wizard's Tower.
Yeah.
'Cause what are you getting at the like Wizard's Tower? You know?
Yeah, because I was just thinking that for the burger that she had, like it might have been prepared at Gus's at the saloon, but
Well,
then it's
that's what I had told you earlier. The only person that ideally should have access to the food there is Gus.
Gus.
But then anyone who walked in there could have also slipped something, which
That's
is
also
like
true.
almost all his patrons are a good majority of like the residents.
yeah.
So
Okay, so then if you scroll down, we have the first witness statement as
which is
being
her
Haley.
sister.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Did you want to read that one?
Yeah, I can read this. All right. So Haley, why is it relevant that her birthday is spring 14?
I don't know.
All right. Her sister is Emily, and then favorite things: coconut and fruit salad. Why is that relevant?
Maybe to, I don't know. I don't know
Alright.
why that would be
I
relevant.
don't know either. All right. Can you walk us through your actions on the night of Emily's death and the following morning? It's still so hard to believe that Emily is gone. I spent the last night at Alex's place, and in the morning I returned home, and that's when I found her. It was like a nightmare. I can't even begin to describe the shock and sadness that hit me. I am still in disbelief at how Emily, my sister, could have taken her own life. And if it's not suicide, who is even capable of such a thing? So she hoeing around with Alex is what I got from that.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
All right. How was your relationship with Emily? Emily and I, we had our differences, sure. We were like night and day in so many ways. She was into all that magic and mysticism stuff, and I was more focused on my appearance and my dreams of becoming a model. But beneath it all, she was still my sister. I've been spending a lot of time at Alex's place lately, as we are in a very serious and committed relationship. Really? All right. Hey, love?
Hello? What happened?
I don't know. There's balloons and...
I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Is it because of the ad?
I don't think so. That wasn't me.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
I'm scared.
It's Emily's ghost.
For real?
She's come to haunt us.
Shit.
Oh shit. I don't know what the fuck that was.
I don't know.
I don't know. Interesting.
Okay, I'm scared.
I don't know.
Okay. I lost my place. Oh yeah, she's in a committed relationship. And lately we have been getting even closer, so I wasn't at home that much. I now blame myself for not spending enough time with Emily. When was the last time you saw Emily? Last time I saw her was before I went over to Alex's. We drank some coffee while chatting, and it's just devastating to think that those were our last moments together.
Yeah, it was a perfect timing with the ad message. The balloon said, we're getting ad money from you now. Just kidding.
Alright. Where were you the night of Emily's murder? As I said, I was spending the night at Alex's place. I just went out to buy some snacks from Pierre's general store. I think around 9 p.m. Okay, let's look at the bank statement and see if that matches what she said. So, on the night of the 16th, it would have to been.
Yeah.
16th.
So, yeah, she was there at 9:47, and she spent 200 gold on
snack. Damn.
On snacks.
That's like
yeah.
expensive snacks. Alright. So, she has somewhat of an alibi.
Yeah.
Ish.
So, then the next person is Alex.
Okay.
Let's see. Can you tell us about your relationship with Emily? Emily, she and I were friends, or at least that's what it was supposed to be. She had this way of looking at things that was unique. Yeah, there was definitely a connection. We had some deeper conversations, I guess. She had this way of understanding, We connected on a level that's hard to explain.
Sounds a little kinky.
Huh? How's your relationship with Haley? Haley and I, well, it's been quite a journey. We've had our share of ups and downs like any couple does. We've been together for a while and things used to be great. But lately I can't deny that it's been complicated. We've hit a rough patch and it's been a struggle of common ground. When things are good between us, they're really good. We've had some amazing times and I cherish those moments. When did you last see Emily? I saw Emily the night before everything happened. I went over to Haley and Emily's place to drop something off for Haley. It was just a quick visit, you know. Haley wasn't here at the time, or Emily wasn't home at the time. Emily and I chatted for a bit. She was there doing her thing. I asked her for some advice about me and Haley's relationship because she would always give great advice, but nothing unusual, just a regular conversation. She said that she was going to sleep, so I left shortly after that. Where were you the night of Emily's murder? I was with Haley at my place. She was staying over. She just once left the house around 9 p.m. I think. Yeah, I was about to say, like, it sounded like he wasn't, like, he had seen her. And then, also thank you for sticking through the ad with us. So it almost made it seem like he had seen her last, and then kind of had, like, Haley wasn't around. So I don't know, that just kind of it kind of checks out a little bit that he does say that he spent the night with Haley. So that, you know, checks off. Or just,
I just find it interesting that he seems to think that he had some sort of connection with her, like a deep, or like,
yeah,
with the deeper conversations. Okay.
Okay, the next person is Cunt, as I love to call him, because he is just so obsessed with Emily. Yeah, I don't like him at all. So he just, I feel like is stalkerish towards Emily, with like the note you find in his room about her, and it's like red flag, man.
All right, so
None.
Family, none, but obsessed with Emily.
It's like we know he's obsessed.
All right, it says, have you had any recent interactions with Emily before her passing? Well, yeah, I've been around Emily a few times. She's quite the character, you know, unique and all. We've exchanged some words, nothing too deep though. I've admired her from a distance, I won't deny that. She's got this aura that's hard to ignore. I still think of her before I go to sleep. I can't get her out of my mind. Have you ever followed or observed Emily without her knowledge? Some folks say that you were obsessed with her. Followed her? That's a strong word. I may have, you know, kept an eye out. She's intriguing, and yeah, I might have been curious about what she does when she's not in the spotlight. But stalking? No, I wouldn't call it stalking. It's just curiosity. Can you account for your
red flag?
Yeah.
God.
But I feel like he's gonna be the obvious choice. So it might not be him.
Yeah.
Can you account for your whereabouts on the night of Emily's death? That night I was at the blacksmith's working on my craft as always. In fact, I was working on my special project. I had been planning to confess my feelings to Emily, and I was hand making a special ring for her. Already with a fucking ring though? Don't you start with like a flower or something?
Yeah. Like normal interactions, you know? Like normal human interactions.
In the past, I had asked her to go out on a date with me several times, but she kept declining.
I can't imagine why.
I wanted her to see how serious I was, so I decided to propose. What the fuck? Time has a tendency to blur when I'm immersed in my creations. I was there late, hammering, molding, shaping. It's a solitary pursuit, and while I can't provide a witness to confirm, I assure you, I was at the forge all night.
Are there any transactions for him? Hold on, I'm gonna check.
He had one for the wizard.
Oh yeah, it's 600, and I think that's the only one, right?
And this was like 2 days before it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see his name anymore. So
okay. Yeah, that's creepy. That's
yeah, and the fact that he doesn't have an alibi because nobody saw him is a red flag.
Yeah. Okay, so the next statement is the wizard himself.
The wizard.
And then, so favorite things: purple mushroom solar essence. Address: Wizard's Tower, because that's all you need apparently. So, can you tell us about any interactions you've had with Emily recently? Emily's presence is known to me, though our paths have not crossed directly in recent times. My focus is primarily on the mystical forces that shape this land, and my insights into the daily affairs of Stardew Valley's residents are limited. Emily was killed with a poison. Has anyone recently purchased any potions from you? The ebb and flow of energies in this valley is of great interest to me. Indeed, I recall a recent encounter with Haley, who sought my magical aid. She acquired a potion from me, explaining that it was to address a pest infestation that plagued her living space. It's a blend of mystical elements, when utilized correctly, can create an environment that is less inviting to insects and other nuisances. It's a common remedy sought by those facing such issues.
You don't think she meant her sister, right?
Huh?
You don't think she meant her sisters, like, as the pest?
I don't know, man. Like, that's just... Fuck. Another visitor also sought magical offerings. Clint, the local blacksmith, approached me for a particularly potent love potion. This particular potion, designed to foster affection, is unique in its workings. It requires an intimate connection, a form of personal essence tied to the recipient, such as a strand of hair or a drop of blood, to be effective. Its intricate nature is a testament to the complexities of human emotions and connections that transcend the realms of magic. While I provided him with the potion, as with all transactions, I did not involve myself in the intentions behind its use. Also, let it be known that the use of potions is a practice of great responsibility. One must exercise the utmost caution, for even the tiniest alteration can bring about profound effects. Always be exceedingly cautious with the dosage, for the balance between magic and reality is a fragile one, delicate as the wings of a butterfly. Interestingly, it appears that Elliot also procured a potion from my humble abode. This potion, not unlike the one obtained by Clint, happens to also be a potent love elixir. It is interesting to note that Emily visited my humble abode in search of knowledge, my curious friend. She acquired a potion book just 5 days before her tragic passing. The arcane secrets contained within those pages hold the potential for both wonder and caution. Okay. So Elliot also got a potion from him.
I just find the whole Haley one kind of interesting because she's talking about a pest infestation that plagued her living space. What if she was referring to Emily? What if she was talking about Emily when she said that?
Huh. I don't know. Because, yeah, I'm looking at the transactions, and so I do see that Elliot purchased that, potion on the 16th at 6:55 p.m. for the same amount that Clint did on the 14th at 6:14.
Yeah, I mean, Emily being the pest.
Yeah. So both Clint and Elliot, they have the same amount for that love potion, and then Haley's though was at 430 gold instead of the 600.
And these are obviously all bought before. All these transactions were before.
Yeah, the one for Haley was bought on the 15th, so the day before, and for 430 gold is what she paid for.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Okay, so the next one is
Mayor Lewis.
Fuck that bitch.
All right. Were you aware of any personal or professional difficulties that Emily might have been facing recently? To my knowledge, Emily was a bit upset because of her recent breakup with Elliot. What?
They were dating?
Damn, she was
what the
cheating
fuck?
on you. All right. From what I've heard, Elliot is the one who broke up with her. Poor Emily. Who could have done something that cruel to her? It's hard to believe someone in our town is capable of something as horrendous as murder. Did you say it was a suicide? It's so sad to see one of our dear residents is gone. She was an active participant in town affairs and events, and her interactions were often positive. After all that's happened, maybe we should start thinking about opening a psychology unit in the town's hospital. Where were you the day Emily died? Me? Oh, I was with a friend. Yeah, sure.
With the friend?
With Marnie, to be specific. We were at her ranch. We know that as the mayor, you are very knowledgeable about the residents of Pelican Town. Who do you think is responsible? I don't want to blame anybody, but I always felt there was something wrong with Shane. It might be just a feeling. Oh, what am I saying? Although I don't like Shane, it's not right for me to blame anybody. Honestly, I thought it was Shane too. Either Shane or Clint. I feel Clint is too obvious, so I'm gonna move my guess to Shane or Haley.
Yeah, the whole thing with Haley buying that thing for pests, that kind of is a red flag for me. And then we all know Mayor Lewis is fucking.
Mayor Lewis was too busy and all up in Marnie's grill to actually know what's going on, so I wouldn't trust his judgment.
Yeah. Okay, so now it's Elliot. his witness statement. Can you provide insight into your relationship with Emily in the time leading up to her passing? Our relationship was a beautiful and complex tapestry woven with emotions and dreams. Look, Fabio, he needs to chill the fuck out. Okay. However, in the weeks prior to her tragic passing, something changed. Emily began to withdraw, to retreat into herself. It felt as if a storm had swept in, distancing us. It was with a heavy heart that I made the painful decision to end our relationship, hoping it might bring her the space she seemed to need. Can you share your perspective on Emily's connections with other members of Stardew Valley? I can see Haley wanting to get the deed done, but not get her hands dirty. What if she got someone to do the dirty work for her?
It's possible.
Interesting.
That's an interesting theory,
thought.
yeah.
Yep. We'll keep that. Writing it down in here. Let's see. Can you share your perspective on Emily's connections with other members of Stardew Valley? Emily's presence was a tapestry that touched the lives of many in our humble town. Her relationships were varied, but one connection that caught my attention was her growing bond with Alex. In the time leading up to our parting, I noticed they started spending more time together. It was as though they were discovering a newfound closeness. A couple of weeks before, I thought to surprise Emily with a bouquet of flowers and a poem, a gesture that was in tune with my romantic nature. However, when I arrived at her home, I found Emily and Alex together, alone. The atmosphere was peculiar, an undercurrent of unease rippled through the room. They seemed taken aback, almost guilty. Despite the odd situation, I chose to believe in Emily's integrity. Our connection had always been built on trust and shared moments. While the encounter was disconcerting, I wanted to believe there was a reasonable explanation. My heart, even in its sorrow, still held on to the belief that the bond we once shared was true.
Okay, so they're trying to
paint. No, I feel like Haley.
That she was hoeing around while that Alex was hoeing around.
Yeah, and so because Haley and Alex were together, and now like Elliot caught them together.
Well, he didn't. I mean, he saw them together. I didn't really like, but that kind of checks out with like what Alex said that they had talked, before.
Yeah, but why not mention that they were caught by Elliot?
Why didn't he mention that?
Yeah. Because
I don't think that's relevant. They're asking, about Emily and like her passing. Like, what difference does it make if he was there or not?
Because then that makes me think that, like, what if Haley knew? And so that gives her motive because she's with Alex. Well, in this scenario, like she's with Alex.
Well, I'm pretty sure she knew because the way when in her statement, she doesn't mention them having any issues. She mentioned that they were going strong, right? That this was the strongest that they had been together or whatever. Yeah,
the one that starts mentioning that there being issues is Alex.
So they're painting two different pictures. He says that they're not at their best place, right?
And Haley does.
And Haley thinks that they're doing great. Huh. So right now they're pointing us, and I think it's obvious that they're wanting us to look at Haley as a like potential suspect.
Yeah, possible. Her
because the motive is there, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, right now.
Because I think that honestly, it feels like to me, Elliot, really loved her, but was willing to let her go if she didn't feel the same way about him.
Or he was jealous.
You think he'd be jealous? Who's to say?
I think she is in denial. And I think that's why she was trying to get rid of her sister.
Haley?
Or at least, yeah. What if Haley's in denial about her relationship?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or at least she's trying to kind of like not put so much attention on herself.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously if she says that she's having issues in her relationship with Alex and then we see that Alex is getting closer to Emily, that could obviously, be a red flag. Like, that's her motive right there. All right.
Yeah. All right, next one is Shane.
Okay. Address Cindersap Forest.
Yeah. This is so good. I'm enjoying this.
All right, let's see.
It's all about the cheesema for me. I'm a chismosa.
Yeah, I knew that's why you were drawn to this. All right, let's see.
You're so rude.
Am I lying?
No.
Can you provide insights into your interactions with Emily before her passing? Look, I've got my own stuff to deal with. Yes, it's sad that she died, but Emily was just another face in this town. We didn't have any special interactions. Can we get to the point?
Damn.
Can you recall any specific occasions or activities that Emily participated in before her death? I'm not Emily's biographer, and I don't keep track of what she did. If you want that kind of information, ask someone else. I've got work to do. Did you have any interactions with Emily in the days leading up to her death? Yeah, we crossed paths a few times, but it's not like we had deep conversations. I had my own stuff to worry about. Where were you on the night of the murder? I was playing video games in my room. At some point, I went for a short walk. That's about it. Where did you go to walk to and why?
Did anyone see him?
Yeah. All right.
Okay, the next person is Pierre. And were there any instances of Emily purchasing unusual items or potions from your store before her death? Emily's purchases from the store were usually typical of any resident's needs. However, a few days before her passing, I think 3 or 4 days before, she asked me for a rather weird ingredient, some kind of a mushroom that I can't quite remember the name of. Other than that, she often came by for everyday essentials and groceries, and her visits were pleasant interactions. Can you recall any notable interactions or events involving Emily leading up to her passing? Indeed, there was a rather intriguing encounter that caught my attention. A day before her death, I happened to be present in the store when Emily and Elliot crossed paths. It was one of those moments where the currents of fate seemed to play their part. I must admit, my curiosity got the best of me and I couldn't help but eavesdrop a bit on their conversation. What the fuck? Emily seemed quite open with her sentiments, expressing to Elliot that she missed him and regretted her behavior. She appeared genuinely apologetic and eager to mend whatever had strained their connection. Elliot, on the other hand, was rather reserved, his words few but carrying an undertone of agreement. He suggested they meet up, and Emily's voice was practically bubbling with happiness as she agreed. In fact, she invited Elliot to her house on the 16th. It's quite the coincidence, isn't it? The very date that holds such somber significance now. Can you provide information about Haley's visit to your general store on the night of Emily's murder at 9 p.m.? Certainly, I do recall Haley stopping by the store sometime after 9. She purchased a few snacks and was in the shop for about 10 minutes. It seemed like a routine visit, nothing out of the ordinary. She was her usual self, chatting briefly and interacting with other customers. Huh. So, what do you think about that?
So, again, this is kind of circling back to Elliot about how he maybe wasn't as cool with what might have been going on with Alex and her. Yeah. Because he seemed a bit reserved and stuff like that. And it's interesting that they did have, a date to meet up on that day, but he didn't mention anything.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Marnie's witness statement. Can you provide insights into your interactions with Emily before her passing? Emily was a lovely young woman who often visited my ranch for various reasons. She cared deeply for animals and would come by to spend time with them, sometimes helping with our care. Our interactions were always pleasant, and she had a gentle touch that the animals seemed to respond to. Where were you on the night of Emily's murder? Well, I was with Mayor Lewis, and we were discussing some stuff about the town. Were there any instances of Emily purchasing specific items or products from your ranch before her death? A few days before her death, she asked me if I had a specific kind of mushroom that I've never heard of before. I can't remember the name, though.
We all know she was sucking dick.
Well, goddamn.
That's all I gotta say. She was sucking dick.
Shit. Abigail.
Okay, so there's another mention of the mushroom now that no one seems to be able to remember. Okay, so Abigail. So can you provide insight into your relationship with Emily before her passing? Emily and I were best friends. I can't even put into words how devastated I am. Emily was more than a friend. She was like a sister to me. Her absence has left a void that can never be filled. I'm trying to process it all, but the pain is just overwhelming. Were you aware of any struggles or challenges that Emily might be facing before her death? Emily was always open with me about her feelings, but in the days before her passing, she seemed more distant. It was as if something was bothering her, but she didn't want to burden anyone. She missed Elliot and wanted to get back together with him, but she had a secret that she didn't tell anyone, not even me. I once heard her talking to herself, saying that she felt guilty. I wish I could have done something to help her through whatever she was going through. She didn't deserve any of this. When did you last see Emily? I last saw Emily the night before she was found dead. I went over to her place to drop her some food to make her feel better because I knew she was feeling blue lately. So I made her a survival burger, her favorite food. It was a short visit. She seemed like she had some stuff on her mind.
Okay, so now we know who gave her the food.
Okay. So, that's Interesting. Let's
Okay, let's go look at the bank statement really quick because see what Abigail bought. Okay, where is Abigail? Is Abigail not on here? Oh, yes, she is. Oh, and look. She was at the Wizard's Tower.
What did she spend 90 gold on?
Well, I don't know. But that's her only transaction. And that happened the morning of the 16th.
Because right now we know that at least the potions are somewhere around 600 or more because of what we've seen Elliot.
It could have just been an ingredient.
True.
Well, all we know is that she bought something.
Yeah, she bought something at the Wizard's Tower.
How much did Haley spend for
1,500? It's just kidding.
430.
Oh.
That's quite a bit.
Okay, so at least 400.
430 for the pest problem. And Abigail spent 90 at the Wizard's Tower.
Imagine Emily bought a potion to talk to her parrots and it went wrong. Interesting.
I mean, I could see that happening.
Yeah, because she's always... I know she's spent, like, days with her parrots because she's felt bad that they can't fly anymore. So, I don't know. It's possible.
Okay, so now we know who gave her the burger.
Yeah.
And we also know that she also happened to go see the wizard. But it's funny because the wizard didn't mention Abigail.
Yeah. You'd think, right?
Yeah, because he didn't have any problems saying what everyone else bought.
Except for her.
Except for Abigail. And we all know that we think that the wizard is Abigail's father, so could be protecting her.
Honestly, I think so. I agree with that.
Let's see. Linus! I fucking love Linus.
So this is the last witness statement.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. Address. Tent.
It's like, they don't have, like, an actual, like, address. Like, it's just whatever, like, building.
All right. Okay. Can you share your perspective on the events of the day Emily passed away? Well, you know, I spent most of my time observing the world from outskirts of town, but that day I was around the area near Emily's house, rummaging through some discarded items. It was getting towards evening around 6 to 7 p.m., and I happened to see some familiar faces around. Who were these individuals you saw near Emily's house that day? Oh, that's it? Okay, so then how do we... Okay, I'll ask you right now. I spotted Elliot, Alex, Abigail, and Haley entering Emily's house that day. Each of them seemed to carry a different vibe. Alex looked anxious, like he had a lot on his mind and was in a hurry. Elliot, on the other hand, had this sadness in his eyes. It felt like he was carrying a weight. Abigail seemed worried. As for Haley, she appeared quite ordinary. Can you elaborate on the visits to Emily's house? Abigail came first and had a very short visit, and she was carrying something that smelled quite delicious. She left the house without the nice-smelling food. Alex stayed the longest among them. He arrived around 6 p.m. and lingered for about an hour or so. It was clear he had something on his mind. As for Elliot, his visits were somewhat peculiar. I saw Elliot knock on the door during Alex's stay, but when the door opened, he seemed to change his mind and quickly departed. Later, around 7-ish, about 15 minutes after Alex left, he returned. However, this time his stay was brief and he didn't linger. Haley came by later around 9 p.m. and her visit seemed more routine. She stayed for about 15 minutes. Did you hear any conversations or interactions between these individuals while they were at Emily's house? My position doesn't afford me the luxury of hearing conversations, but the interactions and the timing of their visits caught my attention.
So, Elliot obviously looks sad, right? Alex, though, being anxious about just feeling anxious, kind of, I don't know, like... But then there's also the thing of Haley being the last one to leave. Like, in general, just the last one that left.
Okay, but also I'd like to point out that Shane said he went for a walk, but Linus didn't see him.
Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking. I was like, maybe we can get some sort of, like, confirmation that, but...
So what do we do from here?
So from here, we just kind of, I think, try to put two and two together. We can look at the hint if you want.
Okay, so let's look at the hints.
Just Shane's alibi doesn't check out.
It doesn't. Well, neither does Clint's.
Yeah.
Because nobody saw Clint. But again, I think Clint is obvious.
Yeah, I think like Clint is like would be the obvious choice.
I think my money's on Haley right now.
Okay, so there's 2 hints. We won't show the QR code because again, it's next to the answer, but we'll read it out. So hint 1, check the time of the bank statements on the day of the murder. And then hint 2 says check Haley and Alex's statements for contradicting statements.
We already figured that out.
Yeah.
We already talked about that. So let's look at the day of, right?
Yeah. The day of the murder.
So day of murder is the 16th. So that's Elliot, Abigail, Haley, and Shane. Shane didn't mention going to Jojo Mart.
He didn't. Because that was at 10:02.
Like I said, the whole like contradiction of Haley and Alex's story, that's like the first thing that we talked about.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hint could be about the transactions on that day, other than like Elliot and Abigail.
Well,
because we already know that Haley went to the general store. Pierre checked out her alibi that she was indeed there and she got snacks, so she didn't really get anything out of the ordinary.
And then,
what if
Elliot is the only one that had bought some sort of like
love potion.
Yeah, but how it was explained that by the wizard is that if you don't time it right or don't use the appropriate amounts or whatever, it can go horribly wrong. So,
okay. But also, there's that whole thing about. Oh, and he went right before.
Okay, so let me go back because it says that Elliot went at 6:55.
Okay, but really quickly before I lose my train of thought, there's that whole thing of like the potions losing their they're chameleon like. So after an hour, like the color or whatever, they all look the same or something, right? So that I think is important. What if the pest potion got mixed up with the love potion and it was an accident? What if Elliot accidentally put the wrong potion in her food?
Maybe. Because I went back to Linus's statement and it shows, so
let's go.
Elliot was at
he went and he came and went a couple of times.
6:55 he was at the tower.
Right.
And then
so
around
he arrived
7-ish,
around 6.
Yeah.
And lingered. So that was before he went to the wizard's tower.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then left, and then later around 7, about 15 minutes after Alex left, he returned.
What time did we say Abigail went to? She didn't say. What time? Okay, hold on. Haley came by. When did Abigail come? She was carrying something, smelled quite delicious. She left the house. Alex she doesn't say what time she was there. So I'm gonna go with Elliot was there.
And
he saw both Alex and Emily together. He probably got jealous and got desperate and wanted her back. Went to the wizard's tower to get the love potion. And then came back and then maybe tried to mix it in her food. Somehow mixed up the pest potion with the love potion because it'd been about an hour. Do we think?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, hold on. So he
went... because if he went back around 7 and he was at the wizard's tower at 6:55 per what the transaction said, that's about a 5-minute.
Okay.
So it doesn't have enough time for the potion to change. So he would still be able to tell that it was the love potion.
Okay. Let's see.
So I feel like he would still be able to tell what his potion looked like. Because it was only 5 minutes. It wasn't...
When did Haley buy her potion?
She bought hers. Where is it? Spring 15th, so the day before, at 6:19 p.m. and she spent 430 gold.
Okay. But there's also that whole thing of Clint and also his love potion.
So, what's your final answer?
I don't have a final answer. Hold on, I'm still trying.
Okay. That way I can scan the...
Hold on.
I don't have a final answer.
I'm still working through all this. Hold on. Let me see. Let me go to the wizard statement. And actually... Alright, here. Important information about potions from the wizard. In the realm of magical potions, a peculiar quirk prevails. Regardless of their initial colors, after an hour of their contents being exposed to the world, all potions take on an indistinguishable appearance. It's as if the arcane forces play a mischievous game, concealing their identities under the cloak of time. So, my friend, if you find yourself pondering the hues of potions, remember that they are ephemeral chameleons, donning a shared guise as they dance in the room. So, I think this is important, though. Let's read the wizard statement again. What if it was Emily? What if she was an accident?
That she was like messing with like the...
Yeah, she was trying to mix things.
And like maybe she thought she made like a specific potion and then... But it's like...
And how did it get with their food though? I am so lost.
I feel like I want to say that Alex did it.
Alex?
Mm-hmm.
Why Alex?
Because he wasn't in a good place with Haley.
Okay, but why would he want to off Emily because he's not in a good place with Haley?
I don't know.
Alex is the only one that didn't buy anything from the wizard. Sorry.
Yeah, because Alex, because Haley told him to. Maybe.
Oh, no, he did buy something.
But not from... Oh, no, he did, yeah. The Wizard's Tower, but that's only 75
But
gold.
then they also told us to look at the day of the transactions of the day of.
Yeah.
So these are it. What did Abigail buy?
Because honestly, I feel like... Or it feels like maybe the... What do you call it? The potions are around 400 or more gold.
It could have been an ingredient, such as the mushroom she was looking for.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe it was the mushroom that she was looking for.
But what does she want the... What does she want the potion for?
I don't know.
I wish I knew what she wanted
The mushroom for and like what it was.
Okay, I'm gonna go all the way to the top. Okay. So it says that she was found in her room. She was laying on the ground and had a half-empty potion bottle next to her. Okay. So what if whatever was in the burger interacted with the potion?
So like maybe it was a love potion, maybe?
Well, maybe whatever it was that she was trying to make, because she'd been looking for that mushroom, right?
Yeah.
What if it was a combination? What's in that survival burger?
Let me see. So you need bread, a cave carrot, and an eggplant.
Okay, that's not very...
Because an eggplant wouldn't be considered a mushroom, right?
No. Okay. Because she also bought a potion book.
Yeah.
So it says those pages can hold the potential for both wonder and caution.
But honestly, it feels like maybe because, I mean, I'm sure she was looking for that mushroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
For some sort of potion, but it doesn't seem like she found it. Or at least, like, whatever the...
I just, again, wish we had a little bit more context as to what she was trying to accomplish with the potion book. Like, what was she trying to brew or, you know? Because she says that she was found with a half empty?
Yeah, half empty.
Half-empty bottle of a potion. What do you think? What's your answer?
Honestly, I feel like Alex is...
You think Alex did it?
Yeah, because he obviously says that he wasn't, like, Haley and him weren't in a good...
That's fine, but how does that equal him killing Emily?
I don't know, maybe, like Bella said, like, what if, like, or maybe he was the scapegoat because he was also anxious per what Linus had said.
Yeah, but he was also there the longest. He was there for an hour.
So, I mean...
I don't think it was Alex, but I also don't know that I know who it is. Let me see.
Because I feel like Elliot actually, like, really loved...
I want to say it was Elliot, and maybe it was an accident.
So you're... Is that who you're going with, Elliot?
I think Haley is too obvious. Although, maybe... You know what?
What are you thinking?
It had to have been one of the people who was at her house, which was Haley,
Yes.
Alex, Elliot, or Abigail. They were all there, so it has to be one of them.
I think for me, from what Abigail said on her... What's it called? On her statement, like, she actually seemed genuine.
Yeah.
This is a tough one. Yeah.
I don't think it was Abigail. I want to say I don't think it was Abigail.
Because hers actually seemed pretty genuine, that she actually, like, did see Emily as, like... Because she mentioned a sister and that they were best friends.
All right, my final answer is Haley.
Haley?
I think Haley did it because she thought... I think she is aware that something was going on. And because of that whole thing of, like... She was trying to paint a picture that everything was perfect between her and Alex basically said the opposite.
Yeah.
I want to say that it was Haley.
Okay.
My second guess, if I'm wrong, is Elliot.
Okay. So, is Haley a water sign? I don't know.
She's like spring something is her birthday? Spring 14?
A water sign would definitely murder. Damn.
I think she's
out of
spring
emotion?
14. Yeah, she's spring 14. So, all right, are you gonna scan the? Okay, so final answer for me is Haley. Final answer for you is Alex.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I scanned it already.
Oh, you know who it is?
Yeah.
Were either one of us right?
You were correct.
It was Haley?
Yes. So, it says, it's hard to put into words the mix of emotions that led me down this path. Looking back, it's as if I was engulfed in a storm of betrayal, anger, and vengeance that I couldn't escape. The truth is, I discovered Alex's affair with Emily, and I decided to keep my knowledge hidden from both of them.
Wait, there was an actual affair? Holy shit.
The knowledge ate away at me, fanning the flames of my anger until they consumed everything else.
Why not kill Alex? Why are you killing your sister?
Well, damn. I planned everything meticulously, every step leading to the moment that changed everything. The poison I acquired from the wizard's tower, disguised as a solution to a bug infestation, became the tool of my revenge. I watched, observing their secret meetings, the stolen glances, and the lies that they believed went unnoticed. That night was carefully chosen, a night when Alex and I were together. I left his place around 9. Emily was the best. That night was carefully chosen, a night when Alex and I were together. I left his place around 9, the anger burning within me, pushing me towards my plan. At 9:05, I entered Emily in my home, concealing my true intentions beneath a fragile facade. The survival burger, her favorite dish, became a vessel of vengeance. I knew she would eat it, and I relished in the twisted irony. I lingered at dark... Yeah, she's a fucking asshole. I lingered, a dark satisfaction filling me as I watched her eat the poisoned meal. Emily, once so full of life and laughter, looked pathetic and broken. A part of me enjoyed seeing her that way. Alex and I are the perfect couple. How could my own sister do this to me? At 9:35 p.m., I left, my heart pounding with emotions. In an effort to establish an alibi, I went to Pierre's general shop around 9:40 before returning to Alex's side, but my actions were far from over. Under the cover of darkness, I snuck out while Alex slept, the weight of my plan heavy upon me. I needed to make it look like a suicide, the final twist of fate. As I moved through those dark hours, I knew I was crossing a line from which there would be no return. The storm inside me raged on, a storm that was both of my making and out of my control. Now as I confess, I wonder how I became the one who shaped her fate and my own downfall. I can't help but feel a chilling mixture of satisfaction and remorse, wondering how everything spiraled to this point. So they were having an affair.
Bro, like, bros before hoes. Why don't you poison Alex, though?
Because it's like, yeah, like,
hello!
Hi, welcome in. So you just kind of walked in on the very last, essentially the answer. Because we were trying to figure out what happened to Emily since she was murdered. Yeah, it's a murder mystery that I found on Etsy that I've been wanting to try. And so I was like, you know what? I think we should try it on stream for everybody and try to figure it out. But yeah, essentially, like, there was like a lot of twists and turns, and because Haley found her sister dead, and it's like, was it a suicide? Was she murdered? What happened? Like, we need to figure it out, and we finally did. Haley didn't because
I figured it out. You thought it was Alex.
Well, because he was anxious. I mean, I guess it would explain.
Yeah, because he was like afraid to, because he was gonna get caught. But the motive was not there.
Yeah, yeah.
He was the one that was truthful about the state of his relationship with Haley, where Haley was like, "Oh no, everything's fine.
Everything is like through."
He
like,
was there. Yep, he probably was next.
Probably, knowing him.
Probably need to watch out that protein shake. Probably make some weird shit in there.
Mm-hmm. But it's like that. I mean, that deep connection. I'm sure there was some sort of deep connection that was. Mm-hmm, he was hella deep. You know.
Well, goddamn.
because it's like, but at the same time, it's like, okay, your relationship isn't in a good place. Leave her. Yeah, he was hella deep in something for sure. He was hella deep in something. Let me tell you, like something. But yeah, I guess that would explain why he was anxious.
I just can't believe Emily would have an affair.
Yeah.
Poor Elliot.
And Elliot over here thinking that, like, he still had a chance. He was going to try to fix the relationship. Like, he wanted a love potion so that he could, or she could love him. And I love how in all of this, like, Clint wasn't ever...
Clint was going to be too much, like, an obvious choice.
Yeah. He's just so weird. Like, why can't this man just take no for an answer?
Well, I mean, technically he kind of did, right? He never really, like, overstepped, like, too much, I don't think. I mean, it was still creepy.
Yeah.
But in the end, it wasn't him who killed her, so...